Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a fabulous Sunday morning. I am Frostbite here with Frosty's Chit Chat. Thank you for being here. I want to say hi to a couple people. Chris G, thank you for being here. Siren Silver Stash, as always. Me, EMR Coins, Paula Bloom, Coin Junkie AG. Let's see, who else did I miss? JC Likes Pam. Thank you so much for being in here. I appreciate you being here. There was one other person that I was missing. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Maybe not. I thought I was missing somebody else. All right. Shift Kicker's in the house. Just Stack It is here. Hey, Just Stack It, how are you doing? Thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate you. So today, I'm going to be talking about something that was brought up yesterday in the live stream, and that was a steel cent. It was a 1942 or 1943 over 42 Lincoln steel cent. Now, one of the comments was that this was the last true overdate. And I want to talk about that. So I'm going to ask for a favor, and this is going to be very difficult for the person I'm going to ask a favor to. Paula, will you do me a favor? So I've done a lot of research last night into today. So I'm going to have you do me a favor. Correct me, please, but wait until after I'm done with a certain part of it so that you can help me understand where in the process I went wrong. Okay. I really do want your feedback on this, but in taking discussions from the past that we've had, some information that you've given me, some information that I've read, I've got a timeline, so I'm going to talk about it, brief about it. So if you'll please do me a favor, correct me, please correct me, but wait until after I give all my explanation, because that way you'll be able to tell me exactly where I went wrong. That's going to help me know when I'm doing my process and looking at things where I need to improve. And again, I always want to give you guys the great information. So I definitely appreciate her coming in and supporting my live stream. Brilliant lady, brilliant team over there at LiveCoin Q&A. But so I do appreciate them. Medga's guy, thank you for being in here. Again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you being here. I did put some information together that I think you guys are going to like. When I was looking at this particular item, I was finding terminology that was the same, but I was finding examples from each and looking at grading companies and what they were classifying it as. I was finding discrepancies. So a lot of it, in my opinion, comes down to the terminology that you're using and fully understanding the uses of the terminology. And again, there are lots of discussions, and you're going to find disagreements in the community regarding certain things like certain varieties, what they are, what they're called, certain errors, what they are, what they're called. There's going to be certain trains of thought that are going to happen. Brown Sugar, thank you for being here. Good morning. I appreciate you being in the stream. But there are some discrepancies, disagreements that happen within the coin community, even amongst the experts, right? Sometimes the experts just don't agree in this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you the most up-to-date information that I have based off the research that's been done, based off of discussions with various people. Chief Stacker is in the house. What's up, my brother from the Navy mother? I appreciate you being in here. Please give the Admiral a hug for me. Tell her I said howdy. And so I want to make sure that I'm providing you good, solid information. And again, just understand we can agree to disagree on why things are called the way they are, but I'm going to give you what I understand the details to be. And again, once I'm done going through all this information and I've kind of laid it out, then, Paula is in the house. She can do what she does best and correct me if there's anything that I have misspoken. Now, I'm also going to be opening up the stream. So down here in chat, I'm going to be pinning this here in just a few seconds. So if you want to come up and join in the discussion, you're more than welcome. Again, the only thing that I ask is if you're going to come up on panel, uh, I have a very specific set of topics that I want to talk about. We can divert a little bit after the topic is discussed, but please feel free to come on up and let's join in the discussion. I'm going to leave anybody in the basement until after I'm done with the first part so that I can kind of go through my information, tell you what I understand to believe, and then we'll have discussion afterwards. But that's up there. AZ Coins, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. All right. So we've got 15 fabulous people in the chat. Please smash that like button. I do want to do a couple call outs for some people that are here. First off, there are some people that I put a call out for people to help me with my watch hours. I'm sitting at about 480 watch hours or something like that that I need in order to get things like memberships and stuff. There have been a few people who've really stepped up. Shelbean, thank you very much. Siren, thank you very much. EMR, there's a number of people who have. I'm going to pull up my phone real quick because I just got notification from. Yeah, Chris G, there is a lot to look for. Why is it doing this? Yep. Shelby's been doing a lot. Jackalop's been doing a lot. Farm Dog's been doing a lot. Kid of mine, thank you all for helping me get my watch hours and watching the thing. Yeah, EMR coins, it's all good. I appreciate it. What you can do is simply go to the like my live streams, turn it on before you go to bed, or if you're going to be working and you're going to be outside in the yard, turn your computer on, click on that playlist, let it run for a little bit. It really does help me get my watch hours, and I'm so close. I've got a couple months. I should be able. Yep, autoplay. Thank you. I should be able to get them before the 1st of November timeframe comes up. I don't think there'll be too much of an issue with that. But again, I appreciate everybody. Morning, Mark Lewis. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you being here, brother. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the discussion, get into the topic for today. Now, today's topic, as seen here, is the 43/2 steel cent. And the question is it a DDO or is it an overdate? So will you put what you think it is? If you know what this coin is, put what you think it is in chat. If you don't know what it is and you're here to understand, kind of listen to the discussion, then just take a guess on what you think it is. Paula says it's both. And we'll get to why that is, we'll break that down and we'll talk about that. But there are some key features here to look for. There are some things to look at, and sorry about that. That was my screen froze on me for a minute. So thank you for putting that in there. So all right, so let's go ahead and get to this. So here's the 1943/2 steel cent. Now, if you look at it, I've got these arrows pointed at on the left hand side. You're going to see the actual doubling there, the overdate, right? You're going to see where those items are, the things that you want to look for. And then on the right hand side, you'll see the larger coin, and it's pointing at two specific items. The two specific items that it's pointing to are the die markers that you want to be looking for when looking for this particular variety. So this is, again, this is just something that I wanted to put in there and show you guys so that you could understand kind of what's going on. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you guys kind of a general overdate DDO type timeline and kind of talk to you about the history of where these came through so that you kind of understand what was happening and why certain things are called certain things and why other things are not. So 1797, you're going to see here that gold coin. Back in this time frame when the mint first started out, they were utilizing hand punches, single date. And so they would just go through and they would overdate the punt. They would just overdate a previous hub. Now, it's important here. Now, there's a couple different terminology pieces. You got typeset, you got logo types, you got punch types, punch sets. There's different names for it. They all basically mean the same thing. I talked about this the other day on one of my streams. It's basically just a die or a tap, right? And you're going to slam it with a hammer, and then that punch is going to um, uh, make the indentation, the negative on that hub, and then when you do the die, it's going to be erased. So that when you put it on, it'll be there. Those were individually done around the early 1800s. They started to utilize 2 sets and 3 set logo types or punch types. So if you're looking at this capped bust and you're looking at these two, you can see that they really didn't do a really good job with making sure that the font, the text, or the style of the overdate matched. Sometimes they were really, really small. Sometimes they were overly big. Sometimes the stylized font was a little bit different, and it was really up to the artist to try and match that as close as they were. But up until about 1818, somewhere in that time frame, there was really kind of just a willy-nilly approach to this. Then in comes Christian Gobrecht. Christian Gobrecht decides he wants to do something a little bit more standardized. And so they started to do the 3 and the 4 type logo type. Then they started to move over to some different items. So that happened around the 1830s. In 1887, 1888, that's when they had the 1888/7 Indian head send. It's located up here in the center. They were more concerned at this time frame with the items matching a little bit more. There was still a little bit of variability in this. You can still see this all the way up into 1918, 1917 with the barbers. I think it's the Barber nickel is one of the main ones where you can see stylized differences even up into that point. But that's a little bit kind of a different item. But where we started to look at getting standardized approaches for the dates happened with the development of the Gaudens Double Eagle. That was in 1907. And then in 1909, they shifted from doing the hand punching to hand punching the hub itself so that it was always on the hub. Now they would overdate by punching over another number up until that point, but then they started moving these to the hubs. And so you would see a little bit of a shift. Spray can coins, James Schultz, Crypt Keeper. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I know it is. So I kind of wanted to go through this. You already gave the answer when I was saying do this, but there were some things that happened. Anyway, in 1909, they kind of changed the process. And when they changed the process, overdating kind of became a thing of the past. Now, as is historically the case with the mint didn't always hold true across all of its front. So there are some special occasions, special occurrences where certain things didn't happen like they were supposed to. But again, when you're talking about DDOs and overdates, 1909 was the telltale. That's pretty much when overdating stopped and DDOs began. So the question is, and then Paula, if you want to come up and talk about this now, overdates and repunch dates are not the same thing. That's correct. But Paula earlier indicated that an overdate, which is the repunching of the mark, and a DDO were this particular coin. It was the same thing. So how can you have an overdate? Oh, says Paul wants to come up, but the camera's not there. There she is. How are you? Oh, I don't hear you.
Hello?
I hear you now.
Can you hear me? Sorry. Is my mic okay?
Your mic is okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I think that's a lot of the confusion right there using overdate, because overdates and repunch date states are different things.
Yep, they're not the same. And that's
Yep.
exactly where I was going to go with that.
Yeah, because using overdate for all of those repunch dates is not correct. Yeah.
Right. And that's where a lot of people, and this is where terminology, understanding your terminology is very important.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's where a lot of the confusion is coming in.
So the
'Cause
question
like the
is
40, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead. 42 over 41
No, go
Mercury
ahead. Yeah, and the 18 over 17 Buffalo, and all of those are repunch dates, not overdates.
So your
Not
audio
43,
is,
not the 43s. Okay, I'm gonna go off and come on my phone because
yeah,
my
no worries.
tablet's bad. I'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, so this is, and again, this is where some of the discussion needs to go. And that is that when you're looking at the terminology, when you're talking about a repunched date versus an overdate, you have to understand what the difference is. And again, understanding the DDO. So in 1909, which was that was basically the last year, the advent of the Lincoln cent was where they actually changed the process and they started to put them on. Well, there was a couple different ways to do it. There she is.
Okay, sorry. I had to
No,
get
it's
on my
perfect. So much
phone.
better.
My tablet is just crap, so sorry. And I misspoke. The 43 over 42 and all those are overdates, not repunch dates. That repunch date ended with the Lincoln cent.
Right, and that's where I was
Yeah.
just talking about. In
Yeah.
1909 was where that overdating or the repunch dates stopped
Yes.
because they started to put the information. They started to put the dates on the
Master dies.
master dies.
Yes.
Now, there's some in looking at the information that was there. There's some discrepancy in looking at the timelines. So they still hand punch the dates into the master dies
Or engrave them.
or engrave them. And that's when they engrave them, this is where the stylized dates of like the 1880 or the 18 sorry, the 1918, 1917 stylized dates of the barber, where you can have the first three digits in one stylized approach and then the last digits in another one.
The 1918, those are overdates.
But they had for the barber.
Or no, I'm sorry. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah. No, I'm
Okay.
getting sorry. I have to hang on a second. I need to drink some more coffee.
No,
Yeah.
no worries. No. But this is where all of this gets really confusing.
No, so those are overdates because after 1909 in the Lincoln cent, after 1909, everything is an overdate.
Now, here is the question.
Because those went into the master die, so they're hubbed.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they wouldn't be punched. They wouldn't be a repunched date because they're not punched.
Which stopped
because it's a hubbing. Yeah, because it's a hubbing process.
Now, the question is overdate or DDO?
Both.
Okay, so which?
Because they are hubbed. So it's hub doubling. That's all a DDO is. It is a hub doubled die.
So when people say, and this is where the question came in when we were having the discussion in yesterday's live stream, and that would be the last true overdate was this 1942 over 43
that we know of so far, right?
That we know of, right? That's the key element there.
Yeah,
There
because
could be other ones.
the 43S overdate is relatively new being called that. It's just been called before that it was called the double die period. And they've just, I mean, it hasn't been that long ago that they realized, no, that's a 42.
Well, and that was the person who brought this up was Philip DeBoard,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually shared Rick Snow's
Mm-hmm.
discussion and finding. So I
Mm-hmm.
watched that video and read some of the documentation.
Rick Snow is
And
great.
yeah, yeah. And it's so it was like, well, that brings a lot of questions. Hey Nina, how you been? How you been? Perplexed mind. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Um, but when I was looking through this, there's a lot of because the terminology is really important,
It is.
right?
It is
Understanding
very
that,
important.
yeah, understanding that you can have a DDO and an overdate.
Yeah, because all a DDO is, all a double die is a hub doubling, which means from the working hub, when the working hub hubs the working die, it's hubbed multiple times. Whether it's a design hub, a different design hubbed over, over a like the overdate, or yeah, the overdate. It's a different design hub used to hub that die, that working die.
Yeah. So this original hub was a 1942.
Yes.
They abraded it. So braiding
Yes.
is just to basically try to remove that device from the hub,
Right.
and then they re-punched this
Yes.
with the 43.
Yes.
Right.
And it's
That's
the
the
same
process.
thing with the nickel, with the 43 over 42 nickel. Isn't it interesting that was right at the World War times, right? All the overdates, the repunch dates, most of those are during World War times. So were they doing this to save money? Probably,
Most
right?
likely, yeah,
And
because it's an
time.
expensive process to
Mm-hmm.
build master hubs and
Mm-hmm.
do the engraving and all that stuff. So if you can utilize um, the design elements from previous years, you have good master hubs.
Right.
Why wouldn't you recycle those? Basically, wipe out, abrade one little area, and then utilize that again for the next set.
Right. Yeah,
Hi,
so I
Recharger,
mean,
thanks for being in
over
here.
dates just are different from repunch dates because there's no punching. There's no punching.
Yeah, so the repunch date stopped 1909.
Yes, with the Lincoln cent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, an overdate is just a class 3 design hub double die. That's all.
Now, one thing I am doing, and this is something I kind of briefly talked with people, it should be coming out, I think, starting today, is if you watch shorts that I put out, I'm going to be going over the various classes of double dice. So you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be seeing it's like a series of 9, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You should start seeing those. It's a really quick down and dirty reference for how
Yeah.
to determine the difference between double dice.
Nice.
So if you are interested in learning that, watch those shorts. Again, they're going to be coming out over the next 9 days. They're already up, already queued, ready to go. I briefly talked to Paula about this. I've had Eric Bayer review some of them too, and
Nice.
so the information is correct. I've been corrected on class 4. Class 4, I kind of screwed up on. I've had it a little bit backwards, but I got that one fixed.
Class 7's a little wacky too, right?
Uh, I'm doing class 7s today. I have to
Oh,
redo class 7s today because
that should be a really short one.
yeah, but the thing is it's just,
It's elusive.
yeah, it's like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I think by looking at these, it's going to give you a really quick down and dirty example, or just look at, hey, this is what it is. How does it happen? Well, this
Mm-hmm.
happens, this happens, this happens. Here's an example. Here's one to go look at. These are the sites you can look at to verify it. Have a good day.
Excellent. That's pretty much all. I mean, it's it's kind of a not all not all classes are created equal.
Oh, no, no.
Some of them are much harder to find than others. So
Yeah. So, class 5, right? Or class 6.
class 5, class 6, class
Yeah.
7, they're all very different.
Yeah. But the thing is, and again, when it comes to any double die, or actually, it's not even with double dies, anything that you do, it requires you to understand the mint process, number one. Number two, it requires you to understand what the real deal looks like. A good, solid, clean coin looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know what's normal about the coin, when something different comes up, you may not know what it is, but you'll know it's different. And
Yeah.
then you can start your journey identifying what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important to look at good, solid examples of normal coins so that you have a good reference point.
Yep.
That's the
It
key.
always helps to have a
Mhm.
normal one set to the side. And there's been design changes throughout every series. So it ideally it should be the same date and mint coin that you're using for comparison.
Yeah, but again, even in some of those, when you're talking about the stylized letters, when you're looking at even in the 1909, right? When you're looking at
Yeah.
the 0 in the 1909, the early SVDB has a slightly thinner 0 in the 1909 than the ones where the VDB was removed. And so there's going to be stylization, even in the same year, there's going to be stylized differences
Yeah,
within
they can
those.
be. And the reverses on those too can be very different.
So really making sure you understand those coins from year to year. You can't just look at one and go, oh, okay, so the memorial's the same. The memorial's not the same on every one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's differences. So
Yep. Or the wheat stocks.
and a good place to look for that too is if you go to Variety Vista, and you click on a series, so say 1909 to 1958. If you click on that, when you look on the left-hand side, it'll say design varieties, and you can click on that, and it has obverse and reverse. You can click on that, and it'll show you different changes that have happened throughout the years. Same with it also has mint mark styles. You can click on that date range for that series, and it'll show you the different mint mark styles that were used. That's helpful. During the time the mint was concerned about getting the work done, getting cards.
So let me do this real
Yeah,
quick.
there were probably lots of reasons why they just didn't fart around with the dies and stuff back then. They're just like, we just need to get coins out. I don't care.
All right, so here we
Hi,
go.
Chief.
So here's Variety Vista. This is the website.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come over and you look at, so let's get into, wait, hold on. Got to be at the right stream. So we're going to go into double dies. Oh, no, that's not right.
No, just scroll down or go to home. Go to home.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I got to get
you're on a different page. Yeah, you got to go to.
I got to get on the actual home.
Yeah. Yeah, their site is a little wonky there.
Yeah, and this app. There we go. That's where we're at. Okay.
There you go. Click on any series, and on the left-hand side, you
And
can see
there's the
design
design variety.
varieties and mint mark styles. And
Yep.
whoop, it didn't like you. Oh, there you go.
And this is what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to show you every single design feature change, it's just going to show you like main parts where you can pick up where the design changed.
But again, it's these little items that they help you tell a lot of information. So for instance, the VDB here that's on the
Mm-hmm.
screen, right? Looking at one of the cents when we were looking through coins, when I first got my big $50 bag of wheat cents that I was sorting through, that I still got to finish now that I got my eyesight back. By being able to see the VDB, I wasn't sure what date it was, but Amanda was able to look at the VDB and then see another element, and she said, "Oh, that's a 1918."
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can look at some of these particular items if you know them very well, and it'll help you identify those that you can't really tell the date on.
And from 1910 to 1917, there is no VDB.
That's correct. Right. That's how she knew it was a 1918, because
Mm-hmm.
the VDB was back. Right. And that was one of the
Right.
things that actually informed her that, oh, by the way, yeah, that's not here. All right, Chief has to go. Chief, take care of yourselves.
Bye, Chief. Have a great
We will
day.
talk to you later. So yeah, it's important to be able to look at these things and understand what the different design elements are. And again, the more you look at these, now this stuff takes time. It takes a lot of time to learn these things.
Oh, it's a continuous learning process.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
have
not going to
hundreds of
remember. Yeah. Go ahead.
And the biggest thing is making sure you have those resources available. We talk about when you're looking at a particular sense, some strategies to going through. Now, people have different strategies. If you're talking to Chuck Daughtry and he says, you know, how he sorts his dates,
Mm-hmm.
that may or may not work for you.
Right.
Right. It's like take all the fives, all the eights, all the ones, and separate those, and then break them down by PD&S, and then separate them, and you know, do it that way. That works for Chuck. It may not work for somebody else, right? When I sort them by the year and the mint mark. So if I'm going to be looking for, and I just put the short out for the 1955S repunch mint marks 1 through 15.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I would look through those is I would sort out all of the I said 54.
You said
54.
and you said 55. I know.
54S. What I would do is I would sort all the 54s, and then I would separate them by mint marks.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that I would do it that way is because then I only have two resources that I have to have available. I have to have my Copper Coins, Variety Vista, Wexler's, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to have a single 1954 normal coin as my reference point. Really get to look at what are the differences that I need to be looking for? What is the position of the mint mark?
Position, yeah.
And then have it up to where I can see, okay, where's the mint mark? Okay, well, the mint mark is here. That means I need to look at these two varieties and identify which one of these or what subcategory it is. Then you can start looking for markers and everything else. But I'm not going to put all of my 50s in there, go through all of my 50s, because then I got 90 different varieties that I'm going to have to try and figure.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for cents or dimes or quarters or whatever, you notice I didn't say pennies. Okay. I did say cents.
It doesn't bother me.
It does. Don't let her lie to you. It does bother her.
Kind of, but
I'm gonna give you a little bit of grief, Paula. But,
I know.
It's one of those things where when you're looking for items, set yourself up for the best success.
Yes.
And you know, there's the old story about President Lincoln sharpening an axe, and he spends 2 hours sharpening this axe, and somebody asks him, "Why are you doing this?" It's like, "Well, I was given 3 hours to cut down this tree, and in order to have the sharpest, most efficient tool, I'm going to spend the first 2 hours sharpening my axe." And it's all about preparation. It's all about making sure you have the right information, making sure you have the right resources. Prepare yourself for the task and then perform the task. So if you're going to be looking at coins, make sure you have the information set up. Make sure you have your resources available. make sure you understand what a normal coin looks like, and then go ahead and then begin your process. Hey,
Yeah.
Mom 7374, thank you for being here. Shelby, thank you for coming in. Christy, I think I said hi to you earlier. If I didn't, then welcome. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so.
We're just nerding out over
Hey,
here.
Ringmaster Ray. Yeah, we're just nerding now. Nina Svelling, thank you for being here. I think I said hi to everybody. I've been trying to do that as people come in. Again, you folks, if you haven't done so, please smash that like. I appreciate it. If anybody's lurking, Roxzilla,
Good
how are you?
morning,
No trivia
everybody.
today.
Good morning. Good
You
morning.
know, Paul. I was thinking about something. Roxzilla kind of
Uh-oh.
sparked. She's like, Frosty's thinking. I know. You see no smoke, right?
Not
Okay.
yet.
I think once a month, I want to come up with like 20 coin trivia facts. And I
Nice.
want to do coin trivia. And what it's going to be is I'm going to show an image. And then in order for you to get it right, you have to tell me what's up with that image.
Nice.
So kind of a training trivia kind of type thing. I'll give you some examples. Is it a repunch mint part? Is it a repunch mint mark?
Mhm.
Is it D over DOD? Is it
Mhm.
D over S? I'll give you some examples of what it is, and I'll put whatever's going to be on the screen. I'll give you kind of some details to look at. I'll give you like a minute for each picture. We'll kind of go through it, and then we'll give everybody the opportunity to answer. We'll choose the answers, and then I don't know if we'll roll a die or do a random number picker or something, but not necessarily like trivia, but really identification, kind of like
Yeah.
coin identification trivia.
I think
Um,
that's a great idea.
it's going to require a little bit of work, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Again, the channel is educational. It is meant to give people the tools and the resources, and I think that would be something where people would be able to come in. Plus, I think it might attract some people who really understand coins,
Mhm.
because it'll give them an opportunity to have quote unquote an advantage. So
Nice.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think there's going to be some answers, a lot of answer copying with certain people, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm going to kind of hash out the details of that, and do some sort of giveaway based off of that. Just because I think it would be a good learning process, but I think
Yeah,
it would
for
be fun.
sure.
So
Absolutely.
we'll pay attention to that. I was going to do the kind of trivia game today where you actually the detective game where everybody had to go through and kind of do the hashtags. But I didn't have time to do it, trying to research and make sure that I had my information correct. So I have to ask Paula, did I misspeak at all this morning?
Just the overdate thing, just making sure that people know that overdate and repunch date, misplaced date are different. Just when you had your screen up, it just said overdate and you were using examples of repunch
Of the
dates.
repunch dates. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I know that people probably get really irritated with me because I do have a thing about like terms and using the correct terms and things like that. But it is so important because the slightest little whatever, if you use the wrong term, it can make all the difference in the world. Because I'll give you an example. We had someone on our Facebook group the other day tell someone that their coin, it was a damaged coin, and they said it was a damaged planchet. Now, that is not correct. It was a damaged coin. A damaged planchet, most of the time, is an actual minting error. A clipped planchet is a damaged planchet. An inclusion is a damaged planchet. Those things are actual minting errors. So it's little things like that that I correct people because, and he got upset with me, said I was all up on him, and I wasn't. I was
Destroy your
trying to.
dreams.
It was very important because those are distinct differences. A damaged coin and a damaged planchet are two different things. So I know I get kind of anal for lack of a better term about things like that, but those things are important. Like I have a big pet peeve people using blank planchet. A blank and a planchet are two completely different things. So little things like that, I know I get really.
A blank doesn't have a rim, a planchet does.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
So understanding that
A planchet has a proto rim. A proto rim and a design rim are two different things too, but it has a rim. It has a proto rim. It's gone through the upset mill. A blank is just the metal disc that is blanked out before it goes through the upsetting mill and becomes a planchet. That's all.
So
It's
what
little
about
things like that.
So when we're talking about the mint errors, right? There's the PD and S.
Minting errors, yes.
What is a lamination? That's a planchet error.
Is a planchet error, yes.
Okay. So if somebody has a coin that's been struck and it's retained, it doesn't mean it's a planchet error. It's just a damaged coin.
A retained lamination?
No, no. So let's say that. So this is one that I've seen where it looked like somebody cut part of. Hey, Begotten, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in here for a while.
I know, Roxzilla, right?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So like, let's say a scent has been struck from the side with a blunt object or a sharp object.
Oh, you mean, yeah, after it is struck?
After the actual strike of the minting process,
Anything that happens after that,
it's damaged.
immediate, even if that coin is still in the striking chamber, machine doubling is damage because it has nothing to do with the strike. The strike has already occurred. It's a little bounce, a little shimmy. You can't even see it happen. It happens so fast, but it's still in the striking chamber. But it's that design is on the coin. The minting process has ended, and anything that happens after that is damage.
Yep. Hey, John Howell,
Yep.
thank you for coming in. Good to
And
see
just because it happens at the mint doesn't make it a minting error. So when you see mint
you.
error, that term kind of bothers me because it confuses people. But if a coin is dropped on the floor at the mint and run over by a forklift, it doesn't make it a mint error, a minting error. But it happened at the mint. It doesn't matter.
Well, and a clarification is the mint is the building. When they're
Yes.
talking about mint errors, they're talking about the minting of the coin.
But
right?
you see,
So again,
post mint damage, right? PMD. People use that all the time. Post mint damage. I try to use the term minting error for a reason.
Right, because it happens during the minting process.
Mint, yes.
Yes. Where the mint, it's just like the term church.
Yeah.
Right? What is church? Well, it's not the building, it's the body
of the
building.
People. Right.
Right. And so it's the same thing with minting. It's not the building, it's the actual process. Right. So when they talk about a mint error, it's actually the minting
error. Yes.
Right. It's a minting error.
And strike doubling. That's used a lot too. And it's still used by many of the, leading people. But that term bothers me. There are certain things that bother certain people. And that term bothers me because strike doubling or machine doubling, strike doubling has nothing to do with the strike.
And hitting
strike
is bad.
has ended.
Strike a coin.
You should never strike a coin. That's wrong. Anyway, so when you see me, guys, like when you see me correct little terminology and things like that, I just have issues.
All right, Siren, have
Sometimes
a good day at
they're
work,
important.
my friend. No, and this is where I've listened to you and Chuck Daughtry, obviously live doing Q&A, Amanda, Ant, Sean, Adam. I mean, it's listening to, I mean, even what's his name? I just went blank. The guy that was at the show, the air,
Sean?
no,
Brian Rains.
Brian Rain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching some of his videos, language is
Mhm.
very specific.
It is
It's not,
important.
and I say this for out of no disrespect to our nation, but the English language sucks for specificity.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. There's so many names and ways to say things that it really becomes convoluted and difficult to explain things to people.
Hmm.
And so when you're talking about Wendy's Pocket Change, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. When you're talking about specificity, it's really important to be clear. And so Paul is not being retentive. Um, she really wants to make sure that people understand the proper methodology so that when they speak to it, they can speak to it educated and they can
Yeah.
sound like not just sound like they know, they can really genuinely know
Right.
what's going on. And I have that same passion. This is why I'm always telling Paul, correct me, right? If you guys hear something that I'm saying incorrectly, and I've done it in videos, I misspeak all the time. It's just something that we do. But if I ever
Yeah.
say something incorrectly, correct me because I want to make sure that I'm relaying the most adequate, most reliable information with everybody. Because only then can you look at something, you can pick up a coin and go, "Oh,
Hmm.
this looks like planchette damage, but I don't think this could have happened at the mint."
Right.
Right?
I want
So
people to be able to find great stuff. That's what I want. If you guys have ever watched our show, you see how excited I get when people find, I mean, even small stuff. Like when you find something, I get really excited. I want people to find stuff. That's what I want. And the more education you have and the more you learn, the more likely it is that you're going to find something that is actually something. And that excites me. And I really want people to be able to learn stuff and pass it on to other people. That's what I really want. Because that's how this hobby is going to grow.
yeah, and you know, one thing I do like about this hobby, I like about the people in the hobby. A lot of people forget I've been doing this less than a year. Um, but there's so many people who have been able to come alongside and say, "Hey, you're passionate about this. This is really what you want to do. We can see that. Let me explain proper terminology to you. Let me explain the proper method to do this." And I enjoy that. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoy being able, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to be told all the time that I'm wrong. That sucks. But if I can get some information, and I always go back to that incuse error, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where going through that's like, man, that's a difficult concept, difficult concept. And Paula was explaining it to me, and it went bing, right? Light went off, and I
Right.
went, oh my God. And I drew a picture for her and I said, this is what this is. It's like sound, right? You have the waves, you have the up, the high is normal, the incuse would be the trough. This is what this looks like. So if I'm looking at it, these are the elements I'm supposed to be looking at. She's like, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
That moment for me cemented that into my head. Now I can explain it to people. I can walk through, I can tell people exactly what's going on. I love those aha moments. And so don't stop doing that, Paula.
Yeah.
Don't,
Okay.
because
I won't.
but if people, yeah, I know you won't realize.
Can't help
You didn't say
myself.
that. But it's one of those things where I want to be able to give good, solid, accurate information.
Yeah.
And if I have an aha moment, then I share that aha moment with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want people to know,
Always learning.
right? And if I get something wrong, you will hear me say, "Yeah, I jacked up." If somebody points out somebody did this in one of my videos the other day, Hey, you know what? Wrong Eisenhower or wrong. Who was it? It was what president was it? Roosevelt. Wrong Roosevelt. You said
Oh,
Teddy. Teddy was
yeah.
dead during this time frame. It's Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yep. Yep.
And it was
Yep.
like,
Yep.
oh man, I can't believe I did that. Thanks. Well, I can't correct the video. It's already published. I'd have to take it down, restart it, redo it all over again. But it's in there and I pinned it. Right. Hey,
Well,
I
you had to
screwed up
take
on it.
another video down too. Oops.
Well, that one never made it to publishing. Well, actually did, but it was only up for a few minutes.
I know, and you need to redo it because it was a good video, other than that little
Heck,
minor detail.
yeah. But it's one of those things where, and I'm actually going to do a few more of those
I
targeting
like
that
those.
specific group,
Yeah, I like those.
right? Because it's like, if you really want good information, go to somebody who wants to give good information. Quit
Yeah.
following these channels that are constantly giving misinformation.
Well,
Some of them are very, very popular, but it's like,
there's a channel out there. Actually, they have 2 or 3 Rosie coins or coins of Rosie or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, they're not even from the United States.
No,
It's obvious, but
they're one of well,
they
there's
are
3 of them. One of them.
they're stealing videos. They've
Oh,
used
yeah.
several of Sean's.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and what's funny is I'm not going to call any specific channels out, but they've
will.
taken big channel names,
I will.
stole their data, stole their information, and reported on it. But the
Mm-hmm.
video that they stole, the data was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the one that I was talking about was like, and this hub or this, oh man, what was it? And you had to correct me on it. Die gouge.
Yeah, you
I
said crack
called it die scratch or die
or
crack.
crack. Yeah.
Um,
I know.
they were like, and this mule error. And it was like, what the
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a mule error. What the hell are you guys talking about? But it's a die gouge, and I screwed up and called it a die crack.
No, I'm sorry.
But yeah, there's tons
Sorry,
and
not
tons of
sorry.
this information out there. And so what I want people to do is people act on that, right? The videos that piss me off the most. I'm trying to keep an eye on time. Forget how long we've been talking. Are the ones that say, look out for this no mint mark coin. It's worth tons of money.
Oh my God.
And you're like, what's the Philadelphia mint?
Yeah, and
What's
that's what's funny is
what's the
most
issue?
of you guys know who Ken Potter is, right? Well,
Oh,
he
yeah.
has a big issue with people putting the dates and then putting a P mint mark. And I can't remember the date when this happened. It was like in the 70s and 80s. But West Point actually minted a lot of our Lincoln cents during this time. So he gets really, he's like, no, you can't put a P because you don't know if it was minted in Philadelphia or in West Point. He
Well,
has a
look
real,
at 1922, another
yeah.
great date.
Mm-hmm.
And for minted Philadelphia coins.
Right. But people will
Because
still
Philadelphia did
put
not mint that year.
P. People will still put
Right.
P behind.
Well,
There's no need and on any date, even if it was minted in Philadelphia, unless it's like the 2017 P Lincoln cent or something, or it has a P mint mark on it, right?
like a dime.
You can put the P behind it. But if
Yeah.
it doesn't have a mint mark, just put the date. If it has a mint mark, you can put a D or S. But if it doesn't, just put the date.
Yeah, well, you don't even say no mint mark because
Yeah. No. Duh.
right? No mint mark is indicative of an error.
Right.
Right. And you don't want or a variety error or variety.
A variety.
Right. So I corrected myself. Huh?
I know you did.
And so you can't even say no mint mark. You just have to say the 1922. Right.
Right.
Because now the 1922 cent, which is the no mint mark, that is a variety coin, and that is something where but Denver did that, right? Not Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
or the proof coins without the mint mark, or
right.
Is it the 82 Roosevelt dime? I think it's the 82 business strike Roosevelt dime. No mint mark.
No, I'm not jacking with the EMR.
I think
It's
it's
just
the
one of those
82.
things where
Doesn't have a Philly.
we talk about this stuff all the time, and we don't realize that we're saying that these things incorrectly. I
Right.
did it just a few minutes ago when we're
Yeah,
talking about
82.
PD and S, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Um, they're mints. I wasn't referring to a mint mark, but we do this all the time. We talk about the 1980p. Well, there is no cent that has an 80p on it. If you find an 80p, a cent that has 80p, it's either one of two things. It's a fake or it's a fake
Or it's a fake, right?
because they don't exist. They've never made the actual P mint mark for that. Now,
You
I
know
don't
that,
know
you
if
know what? I'm Frostbite. If you want to do a video on the 82 business strike, Roosevelt dime, no P. That would be a great video. I have not seen one out there. And I don't think a lot of people know about that coin.
I'll do it. Sounds like a plan.
That would be a great video because I really don't think a lot of people know about that coin.
I got a lot of research to do, but yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and see, these are the things that I like, because if there is a coin out there that you just can't find information on, let me know. I'll get with some of the professionals. I'll get some of the experts.
And you know what else you could do a video on? So we were going to do a video and I asked Sean, okay, sorry.
Email it to me.
Okay.
Because I'll be doing research and then somebody will kick it out ahead of me.
Okay, we'll do this 82 quick before somebody else does it. No, I don't care.
Today. I'll be working it today.
Perfect. Okay, I will email you.
And when I said my joke via text, you didn't take it as a joke, did you?
When you said your joke via
Remember,
text,
I said I sent you some files that I wanted you to review the shorts. I said,
no,
but I needed the other.
I never got any files to review.
You never sent me your other email address.
Oh, I thought you had it.
No. Well,
okay.
Is it Yahoo?
Yes.
Then I do have it. I just didn't send it.
Yeah, because I've been looking for it and I never got.
I'll send
anything
today. The reason I was joking with you is because we were talking the other day about someone being really good at pulling ideas from other people.
Oh, there's lots of people who do that.
Well, we were talking specifically, if you look at the text message.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, and I was joking with you about it. I wasn't sure if you actually caught my it was a friendly poke to somebody.
Oh, okay. I'll go back and read it. I don't know. Was that the day I was so upset about a certain something?
It was the day before, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, here, I'll do this. Where are you?
Oh, Eric. Okay. It's okay. Listen, I just finally got my notification that my whatnot slabs shipped. So whatever. I'm never in a hurry.
I just text you the name. You don't have to say it out loud, but
okay, hang on. Right.
Now you get the poke.
Okay. Yeah.
But you never responded, and I was like, I don't know. Realized. I don't think she caught what I was saying. So
no, yeah.
But again, it's just a friendly jab.
That's okay.
But now you understand.
I jab him all the time. That's okay.
Oh, hey, so there's 22 people in the house. Thank you so much. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you smash that like.
Happy Sunday.
And does help. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Farm Dog is here. You guys, I love Farm Dog. He's always gracious and say hi. Smart dude. Farm Dog is a good people. So thank you for being here. I'm just happy to see Begotten. Again, I see Begotten a lot in IDAS. So thank you for coming over and spending time here in the stream. Me, as always, thank you very much for being here. So, Paula, let's talk about the video that you want. So talk to me a little bit about that 82 business strike.
It's just a normal business strike dime that the P mint mark was omitted. So it's out there in circulation. and people don't know about it. And it can be valuable. So yeah. You might be able to
Okay.
look on
Yeah.
PCGS coin packs.
Yeah, I'll look it up and see if I can find some information on it, and then I'll put that out.
Yeah.
So I'll do what I did with the shorts. I'll send that link to you. There
Okay.
are, I think I just finished. I think I have 7, 8, 9 to do with the other ones.
Okay.
Be
I won't be
done.
able to look at anything to talk to church, so.
No worries at all. No worries at all. That this video probably won't be even done today. It'll probably be done by tomorrow. Because if it's going to be good, then
Yeah, it's Ringmaster Ray.
Yep.
Like several of those proof, no S. This is a business strike that is out there in circulation with no P mint mark. And a lot of
What's
people
up? I'm a
don't know.
dude.
And don't do a video because Frostbite's going to do it. If I see a video today on the 82 no P, I don't know what I'll do, but I probably won't do anything. But I might think less of you.
Don't let us stifle your creativeness. But
No. But go please, I encourage all of you to research it. I do. And I'll email you about that other video that I want you to do, because apparently Sean's not going to do one. So
thanks, kid of mine. I appreciate this. This is the purpose for my channel, is to share information and have discussion. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate Paula. Paula has been amazing to support the channel and give good information.
I will support anybody that wants to get out there and give correct information, because as all of you know, the amount of crap out there, bad information, is unbelievable.
Oh man, when I was doing some research for the actual short that I pulled down, I should have just edited it and resent it back up, but I did something a little bit differently, and I should have just. But now I'm going to go find that video again so I can do that. But I was just looking over some of the items. It doesn't matter which item I choose, which video I choose. It's every one of them has blatantly incorrect information.
Oh, there's so many out there. There are just so many out there.
Looking at things like, and my daughter asked me a question, and it was a really good question. It's like, Dad, why don't you take these videos of people cleaning coins? You know, like the guy who puts tape down and they clean one side with vinegar and toothpaste and shampoo and fingernail polish and all this other stuff, and then they separate it and they show you how clean the coin is. Where the dude has something like 2.5 million followers.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you take those, right? Remix them and then explain, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's really clean, but you know what? That $2,000 coin is now worth $8.
Right.
Or now it's worth $25. Clean them if you want to, but for me, I want the money, right? And I was like, well, the reason that I don't want to do that, and I don't mind doing it, but the reason I really don't want to do that is I don't want somebody to watch the first few seconds of the short and go, oh man, Frosty's doing this. Skip. I don't want anybody, and this is one of the videos that I did with whizzing, right? Where I actually whizzed the coin and showed people. I had some backlash from people saying you should not show people how to do that. It's like, well, how are people going to know what not to do unless we tell them about it?
Right. Well, and that is a problem, because we get a lot of emails from people who have watched 2 seconds, if even that. They may have just read the thumbnail on Sean's videos. They may have just read the thumbnail and not even watched the video. But we get people all the time who, if they had watched the video, would not have emailed us about their coin.
Yeah, yeah.
because they
Yeah.
are emailing us about exactly what Sean said not to do or is not this. And they didn't even, so I think a lot of it is the younger generation. They're so used to these shorts and these little TikTokies and or whatever they are, TikTokies and the reels. They don't want to watch long videos. They just want all their information that they need in a 20-second little clip. And then they want to move on to the next one.
You can do some really good information
In
if
30
you
seconds.
really take time and you really take a minute to understand what you're doing. You can put a really good short out that's very informative.
I want shorts that have a link to a longer video that goes into more in-depth explanation. That's what I want. Because I watch little reels and little shorts and then I'm like, but what happened? But wait, is that it? It's over? You know, I would love for people to do shorts and then an accompanying longer video that goes into more explanation. Because then at least that gives the person the option, if they want more information about what that short's about, they can click on over to the longer version. So there you go. So can you do that for me, Frostys?
Yeah, I'll do that. Well, so
Make
it's
a
like
longer version
I'll do
of
it
your shorts.
like today. I'll do that. So I'll do a short on
Nice, Eric. Perfect.
DDOs versus overdates, and I'll say, hey, if you want to join into discussion and talk about the differences between repunch whatever, repunch overdates and DDOs,
Repunch date, misplaced date,
come watch this
overdate.
stream.
Yeah.
You know, hear conversation about this, right? Listen to the conversation.
Yeah.
Hear from inquiring minds that want to know.
Yeah. I a lot of times we when we answer emails, we will link videos to certain things to people. We like a lot of times we link the American Numismatic Association's YouTube channel to certain, like the minting process and things like that, when we want to give people a link to go watch. If I had more options like that, we could do that in our email and that would help people. And I make a long, I make a short teaser, and that's, yeah, perfect, Eric. That's perfect. Yes. And and you have that option too when you make a long video to clip a part of that video or even a live stream, to clip a section of that and make it into a short. So you could do it that way too, do it the opposite.
If you look at, and I'll use Joe Rogan because I watch his podcast. You're chuckling. You watch Joe Rogan?
He's hysterical.
I think he's a
just
hoot.
funny.
Don't necessarily
I don't always agree with him, but I know.
But I like his podcast.
Yeah.
But if you look at what he does on his YouTube, he takes podcasts and he takes 20, 30 seconds. So he'll do his podcast and then he'll do like 10 podcast shorts.
Shorts, nice.
And they all link to his podcast. So you want to know more,
perfect.
you either have to watch more Joe Rogan shorts or you have to go over to check out his podcast. And, you know, he doesn't do anything within the first few minutes of the podcast. Because it's like, well, where's this at? And then you want to watch it because you want to see where this item is.
Yeah,
and then it
that's
briefly
smart.
gives you a little teaser about it. And it's, you know, it's 20 minutes down the road. Next thing you know, you've been sitting watching a stream for 45 minutes. And you're like, oh man, I got to get back to work. Right. But that's what he does. That's how he gets more people to engage. And it's the utilization of shorts to promote his videos. So that's a really good idea.
Very cool. Well, honey, I'm going to get off here. I appreciate, you know, I love talking about coins. So I appreciate any opportunity I get. And I appreciate you and what you're doing. So
I appreciate it, Paul. I really do. Thanks for coming up. If anybody else wants to come up, I know Ray was in here. So if you want to come up and hang for a little while.
Yeah, Ray.
Please
okay. Bye guys. Have a blessed Sunday. Bye.
Thank you, Paul. I love you. I appreciate you, my friend. It's always a pleasure to have Paula come up on the stream. Wealth of knowledge. So thank you very much to her. Let's see. I'm looking at my chat. If I'm looking away from the screen, I'm trying to figure out a better way to do this. The StreamYard chat is so slow and delayed. Um, Trying to find a better way to do this while I can still see the screen and see kind of what's going on and pay attention to what's happening down below. So, what did everybody think? Did you guys enjoy this discussion? Did you enjoy this particular topic? I would be getting ready for church, or should be. Yeah, I should be getting ready for church too. Um, when I make a short teaser, yeah. See, this is really weird. My chat's doing all sorts of wonky things. Um, but yeah, I try to make sure that I do that on occasion. Now, I don't do it as much as I should. But again, it's one of those things where it's a really good idea. A lot of people watch shorts because of the short attention span. It's easy to swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe, and they keep you on the channel longer. But much like Paula, I want to be able to look at information and go, oh, I can, click on this, go to the details. Now, the one thing that's difficult about that in shorts, especially if you're utilizing it on your phone, and that is that it's difficult to look at the details. So I know a lot of people when they're looking at the shorts on their phone, I'm going to pull one up real quick. I'm going to mute the volume. So hold on just a second. Hold on. Golden retrievers. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Okay, so when you click on it, the problem is where do you go when you're looking at your shorts? And I'm watching one on golden retrievers here. Where do you go to your shorts? So the way to access your description is up here in the corner. So if you click that little thing, the little menu will come up, and then you click on details or description, and then it'll give you the description down below. So again, you got to click up in the upper corner, click on description, which should be the top menu item, and then that's where the description is, and then you'll be able to see it. It used to be a line item over here where you could click on the description, but they've removed that, so you can't see that anymore. And so, again, if you're looking for how to find the description, that's where it is. Maybe I should make a short on that too. But again, if you're looking at that kind of, if you're doing that type of development where you're making a video and then you're doing shorts, sometimes it's very hard to find the description. So making sure people know. One thing that you can do is when you're doing your shorts, if you're doing editing on the computer, there's some key things that you can do to make it easier. There's some tricks to where you can edit the thumbnail. If you do it on your computer, sometimes you can't. So there's some tricks on how to do that and how to be able to edit your thumbnail. But the one thing that I recommend is putting an arrow to where the three dots are and say, click here, click on description or details and description, and then click on the little three button thing. And then that way, when they click on that, it appears. Now, what doesn't happen is if they're looking at shorts on their computer, if they're looking at their shorts on the computer, then it's not at the side, it's down below. So you'd have to curtail that specifically to the telephone, which most people are going to be watching shorts from their device, whether it be a tablet or a telephone. So they'll be looking at their smartphone, and then in that case, if they're looking at it through the app, which most people utilize the app for that, that's how they'll do that. But because they've kind of hidden that, it's going to be hard for people to find that. So, but anyway, how did everybody like this? Did you guys like this particular topic? Again, this topic came as a request yesterday in the stream. This was not something that I was discussing. In fact, it wasn't until last night at Ringmaster Ray's Saturday night trade day where the discussion happened with him and Philip the board, and there was somebody else. I don't know if it was EMR or if it was Matthew somebody, and I can't remember who it was. They were having discussions. They were like, hey, this would be a great topic for tomorrow. So I went ahead and did the research, try to find some information, and then was able to provide it to you. So if there are items or elements that you want you're looking for, then please let me know. Because again, I don't mind doing the legwork. I don't mind researching it. I don't mind trying to find specific items that are beneficial. So if you do find something and this is what you like, or you want to know more about a particular item, please hit me up. Let me know. I've got 14 people in the chat. I know we're going to be sending people over to Coin Crew. The live auction notification just dropped. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that into chat. Thank you for that, Mom 7374. Appreciate that. What I'm going to do is, if you would, let me see if I can find what's going on. I can't see. There it is. Let me pull up the link for Coin Crew. I'll go ahead and drop that. We'll give everybody a little bit of time to head on into that stream. I'm going to wrap this up just a few minutes early. Again, thank you all for coming into the stream. I appreciate you all being here and supporting my weekend. Again, if you guys don't mind, and I'm going to try and pull up the analytics here in just a few moments and share that with everybody. We got the live auction coming up here in a little bit. Let's get the link up here for everybody. All right. There's the Coin Crew live auction. There is the link. Make sure you guys go over and check that out. I would love more discussion on YouTube's how to. Send me an email, EMR. Let's kind of talk about what that would look like. If you want to do, hey, Soup, what's going on? See, that's a name I hear all the time with no soup for you. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I appreciate you supporting the chat. Appreciate you supporting my channel. So thank you very much for coming in. Actually, I'm reading chat from Coin Crew. They're not actually in. Soup should come over to my channel. There are some really cool things that are going to be going on in the Coin Crew. If you haven't seen the pre-auction kind of distribution list, the things that they're going to have on the channel, please make sure you go over and do that. I just need more time. Yeah, go ahead and come on over. Send me an email. Let me know some of the things you're looking to do. If I can help anybody with setting up better, or creating better videos, doing that kind of stuff, let me know. I'll be more than happy to kind of walk through some of the basic elements, like doing the description thing, right? How do you remove? Oh, here's one that people like, and I'll share my screen really quick. This is something I got to find my live. Hold on just a minute. So where is it? Let me find my right screen. We are. Oh, where did it go? I didn't close it, did I? Did I close my window? I might have. No, there it is. All right, so let me get out of. I'm waiting for something to cycle. I keep getting these little weird trippy things. I'm getting there, folks. I'm going to try and pull it up, but I need to make sure that I don't share my stream information. So give me just a few moments as I get there. Oh, this is terrible. It's so slow. Man, it keeps cycling back to my channel. Why is it not allowing me to get to? I'm going to have to start over. Hold on just a sec. Let me share my screen with you. So what I'm trying to do is, and everything is really slow right now. I think I'm taxing my computer to its max. Get into my YouTube studio here in just a second, and I'll kind of walk through. All right, so where did it go? It's not sharing, right? No, you're not seeing my screen. Let me try this again. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Hey, Papa Giorgio, what's going on? Thank you for coming in. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to, it's not showing. So let me try to do this. Let me share my screen again. Is it sharing? There we go. Now it's showing. So when you come on over here, you're going to go to, I don't think it's manage YouTube content. It's under my actual stream. So let me get out of this. So when I go to my live, I don't know if it's here. No. Trying to remember where this is at. There's it's under your settings where you can go through and you can actually turn off live comments. That's not it. Permissions. No, I'll have to come back through and to find that. But basically, what you can do is you can turn off. I'll have to remove this. You can turn off your live reactions. I just can't remember where it's at. I thought it was under customization, but for some reason I'm not seeing it. But anyway, what you do is you go under and you would turn off live reaction. And what that does is it removes that heart icon in the bottom right hand corner so that it doesn't come up. But again, I don't know. I don't remember where it's at. I'm going to have to find that. I come across it every time. You have to be in the actual video or the live stream that you're doing. And then you'll click on settings. And then under settings, there's a button that things that I'll try and build some shorts to. Great Scott is really good at doing that. But my stream is so slow right now that I'm having an issue sharing it. So I'll have to wait because right now it's just not showing up. So I'll have to pull up some information and do that. But I will definitely, yeah. And again, I'm trying to remember where to pull that off. I've done this before, um, but you have to be in your YouTube studio. You have to go under content. You go under live. You click on the element. You go to settings. Ah, there it is. Oh, no, that's not it. That's my community one. User defaults. Advanced. Oh, it's not there. Is it under advanced settings? I thought it was under advanced settings, but it's not there. Anyway, I will find it and then I will do a short on how to do that. I can't remember. I don't think it's on your YouTube account. It could be under the YouTube account. We changed the setting for that, but there is one that you can set, and it's basically turning off live reactions. Yeah, I'm not seeing it right now. I'm not going to spend any more time trying to find this. But yeah, it drives me nuts. I'll have to remember where to go about doing this. But you could go in and people can turn this off when they're in their live streams. And what it does is it takes that little heart emoji and takes it away. Because when you're utilizing it on the phone, it blocks off the lettering in the side. Or if you're watching on the computer, sometimes that heart icon will prevent you from being able to see information in there. So again, that I'll do a short on that. Okay, so let me put this in here one more time. So again, this is the Coin Crew auction. If you'll do me a favor, go get some coffee, use a bio break, do whatever you need to do. But come back in, click on that link, go over and support Coin Crew's auction. They've done a lot to help my channel and support me. So I want to return the favor and make sure we're directing them, just like I do on Saturdays with the Premier Train. I want to support all those fabulous YouTube channels. So please go take a break, get some coffee, refresh up, say hi to the spouse, say hi to your significant other. Use the restroom if you need to, and then come back and support them. When you get into their stream, please make sure you're telling Coin Crew, Miss Coin Crew, that Frostbite sent you to let them know that I am supporting their channel. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. There's 20 amazing people in the stream. I thank you so much for the time. Again, if there's any kind of feedback or information that you want to provide, if there's any suggestions on videos, please send me an email, put it in a description or put it in the chat. My email, you can do !email if you want to. Hey, see, happy chappy. Appreciate you being here. You got here just as we were closing off. Better late than never. Appreciate you coming into the stream and supporting me. But again, if you want to find my email, you can go to the About Me of my channel, and it's listed there. Or you can do the ! Email, and that will tag you and provide information there. Biological break. Yeah, bio break. But that'll provide information. You can see that here. You can see the email and things of that nature. If you need to send me something or you want to do a channel sticker exchange, you can do shipping. That'll send you my email address. But again, or about not my email address, my shipping information, which is there. PO Box 1636, Helotes, Texas. Again, thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you all very, very much. Stay tuned to my video on Wednesday. And again, if you're interested in learning about the DDOs, the different styles, pay attention to my shorts this upcoming week. I'm going to go over all of them. They're quick 30 to 50-second videos on that. So pay attention to those. Please smash the like, share those out. The more they're shared, the more algorithm gets in. I'm really trying to get my watch hours. So if you haven't already done so, or if you have time or the capability to do so, turn on the shorts, turn on autoplay, or turn on the live stream, turn on autoplay, let that play. It'll help me get my watch hours. I'm only about 480 away from reaching my first level of monetization, which is memberships, super chats, and things like that. So that would really, really help me. I appreciate it. I love you all. Thank you all for coming in here. Passion, thank you for being here. I did get your email, and I will be responding to that. I just had a lot of stuff going on and haven't been able to do so. But I appreciate you coming in. Silver Paws, thanks for being here. Catch you just at the end of the wrap up. Everybody, again, look at that stream. You'll see here in about 15 minutes, Coin Crew will be starting. Here's that link again. So go check them out. Let them know that I sent you over. I appreciate it. Take care. Be well, be blessed. And we will talk to you later on.